I'm Dr. Gardner, and a lot of people are bringing home new rescue dogs or new puppies, and I just wanted to go over a quick checklist on what you might need to have on hand. So before you bring them home, you should have a harness that fits them really well. I like those better than collars because they don't put pressure on the neck. Of course, you need a leash to go with that. And then you should have bowls for fresh food and water, and I prefer that they be non-plastic. And then they should have a safe and secure place in your home that includes bedding. You do have to be careful with puppies, and some dogs will chew them. So you have to watch them and see how that goes, but ideally they should have a bed. You might want to have pee pads on hand, and then you should have a first aid kit. The first aid kit should have some type of wrapping material that you can get at CVS. You can also use a maxi pad. Those are amazing. One side's sticky and the other side is absorbent. So if they get a little wound or something like that, you can wrap them on your way to the vet. And you can use Neosporin if you need to in a pinch. You can also clean them off with dilute betadine solution. I don't really like using scrub because it's a soap, or you can just rinse them off with water until they get to see the vet. And gauze squares can be really helpful. And then you might want to get wipes that are specifically safe for dogs, especially if you're getting a puppy, because you're probably going to be wiping their bum. You want to dog proof your house, so get rid of any electrical wires that are out and about or dangling, anything that's small, wrapping paper, strings, batteries, anything that they can chew, they will chew, so put them in secure places. Please hide all of your drugs, put your weed away, put away your medication, supplements, herbs, tinctures, all of those things can be toxic to dogs, especially smaller dogs. And then you want to be careful with candles, incense, scent diffusers, and essential oils. Those can all also be really irritating to your dog's lungs, and some of them can actually be quite toxic. So you want to make sure that you don't use those when you have dogs around. And you want to have them come home to a really calm and safe environment. So you should only have the people that immediate family members in the house when you first bring them home, and it should be a calm, quiet situation. Getting into a routine can be really helpful. Again, especially for a puppy, you really want to set them up right. So if they always have around the same feeding time and walking time and snuggle time, that can be great for them and help them really adjust well. And whenever you're introducing new people, especially around the holidays, it can be harder on animals. So if you're bringing in a group of new people, you should either have your pet on a leash, especially with kids, or in a separate room until they can adjust. And then you want to consider insurance. It's great and can be really helpful, especially with puppies when they like to eat stuff. Setting up established care with a vet, that's really important, and knowing where your 24-hour emergency vet is. And so if you're considering getting a dog, I hope you do, because it's great. And is there anything else that I've forgotten, definitely let me know. I hope you will like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.